Yes, yes. Greetings and salutations, Prophet Brian, otherwise known as Ras I Am, Black Star Movements Association, Conscious Black Strength and Power. Yeah, big up all the massive and the crew out there. Still here in the Toronto area, just leaving from the downtown Paulson Pier, making the way Cherry Street over to the Yonge Street, basically in the Toronto core, where you're gonna find a lot of life, a lot of name brand stores, a lot of people gather, the central core of the downtown Toronto, and in the similitude of, you could say, Times Square as a near match in terms of the amount of light and people going to and fro. So here I'm just making my way across the bridge and now just journeying here, Lakeshore, coming up here under these bridges there, the QEW. I'm just driving along. Yeah, old stomping ground here, downtown Toronto, where I spend a lot of time during the summer, get the cool breeze off the lake. Work downtown on Front Street there for 3+ years, and on other occasions there a little further up north of there. But yeah, very familiar with the downtown, whether by car or public transit. You know, beautiful city, well kept roads, and it's just a lot of vibes. A little different from the north of Toronto, or in the north end of Toronto where I reside. But yeah, it's always good to venture downtown to catch a vibe, see what's really good in the city, see a lot of tourists coming through, one and two celebrities, and just making it do what it do. Great nightlife, so streets as Adelaide back in the day, Richmond, John Street, club area there, a lot of different clubs. And yeah, sometimes you just go park up outside, hang out with brethren just to catch the vibe, not necessarily going inside. If you feel like it, you go inside. Life is for the living, so just passing through. But been there, done that. Just making the best of what it is here in the so-called cold north. Great summers, beautiful summers, but short-lived. So just here is basically headed over to the Yonge Street, turning up on the Yonge Street now, and just headed to basically the Yonge Dundas Square, where you'll find the Eaton Center Mall, popular mall over the decades. Used to go to Central Tech High School, Bathurst and Bloor, and it used to be a regular meeting spot, hangout spot on Fridays. Has the movie theater, a big mall, and during holiday seasons and popular seasons is rammed stocked with people. Um, Buy one, two shirts, maybe a shoes, and just hang out. People from all over Toronto, the GTA, General Toronto area, would make their way to this popular central core spot and do their shopping, hang out. You know, great place for the opposite sex to kind of meet up and, yeah, see if you could get two numbers for the fellas, see if you could get picked up for the ladies. Yeah, sometimes an occasion for dressing up, just to feel good about yourself, sport it out as a youth growing up. Since my traveling, this is basically at least about a year since I've driven past this area, a year to 2 years. About a year ago, I've been into the Eaton Center Mall to meet up with a long-standing friend from work, and that was probably the second time I've been there in about 10 years. Yeah, just to display how long has it been since I frequent these places. But I'm in town, so just giving a little recap here. And for those who haven't traveled to Toronto, great place to visit. One of the most cleanest cities, countries. You don't know what it is. I was just here heading up on the Yonge Street. As you can see, it's teeming with life, both sides of the strip. All your favorite junk foods. You got the Burger King there, McDonald's, Subway, movie theater, got Popeyes there. And here we're coming up on the young Dundas Square. You can see the big billboards and the variety of lights. The Eaton Center would be on the left. A lot of advertising. Yeah, you could imagine the cost to get a slot for one of those billboards. The various corporations. And yeah, this is pretty much the square. There you go, Toronto Eaton Center. And yeah, just a lot of gathering, a lot of socializing, a lot of shopping, a lot of good memories, some bad as well. But this is the six. This is the dot. Great place to be on a Friday or Saturday night. A lot of life. Just headed more north here on the Yonge Street, past over Dundas, keeping it moving. Gotta watch out for those bike riders when you're driving through. It's like a rider's paradise. Uber riders, Uber Eats, various delivery personnels making their delivery to office buildings and whatnot. So when you're making those rights and left turns, you gotta be on the watch out for these bikers.
Yeah, mimicking a bit of a New York, but with a Canadian touch. So observe done, but we hadn't come none again.
Big city. Seems like everybody was out that night. A lot of action. It's maybe like a 20-minute walk from the Sky Dome. 20 minutes, half an hour by Dundas Square. A lot of people take the bus down to these areas because, parking. You gotta pay a fee for parking. And if you try to risk it, you might get towed. Good chance, or get a fat ticket. So a lot of people take the public transit, the train that, drops you right there. And from here in the city core, everything or everywhere that you'd want to go from there is roughly might be between 1 minute to half an hour walk. So even from the Sky Dome CN Tower there, Rogers Center, About roughly approximately 30 minutes walk. And it's a nice walk because, once again, a lot of people on the road, a lot of action, various people, tourists in the area, so a lot of people you could meet. And just to walk the streets alone, you have a great time. You got your street foods, different stores you could go into, jewelry shops, check out some jewelry and whatnot, different brands of clothing, shoes, gear, and cameras, and various things. Everything you could think of. This is a little further north, um, basically heading up to the city hall. It's a great building in terms of size and the architectural design. Great landmark. Can't miss it for those Canadians or from Toronto, Ontario. It's like iconic how those two buildings basically side by side and that curvature of how it's shaped. So just making the commute here over to the city hall now. And I believe it was on Queen Street, but a lot of venues happened there over the past. I believe there's a Chronic concert that I've went there in the past, and a few other artists outdoors in the summer. So we're just going to be making a right here, and it'll be on your right. As you can see, you got the Sheridan there, hotel, visitors from in the city, outside the city. And there's the city hall. Administrative building.
City Hall, Toronto.
So you have court, you know, judicial work, legal work goes on there. You happen to have court, different things of that nature. Head over to that building. But yeah, just keep it moving. Just one of those nights in the city passing through.
I'm out of here now.
It's a nice little drive out, drive around. And the city's buzzing in life. There's the CN Tower, as I mentioned. Everything is pretty close, within a half an hour walk, and because of the life and the activity, that half an hour seems like it's 15 minutes. A nice summer night in the city is usually cool, a hot summer, and various people you could meet up into: black, white, Asian, Indian, native, various ones, people from all walks of life from all over the world. Multiculturalism, they say. But it's like a microcosm of the whole planet here. And that was just a quick display of Toronto. Check it out. If you ever get the chance, you want to travel, great place to visit. Preferably on the summer. You have some beautiful winter snow for those who love the snow. The pine trees covered in white. Um, but I'm a summer baby, summer man. Preferably summer is my season, spring to summer, especially summer. There's the streetcars